from where we left.
Yes,
So,
please.
we discussed the dairy part of it as to which milk to be taken, which paneer. Now let's
So,
come to liquids.
okay, right. So, Dr. Rasta, a lot of people would have a question that they can have tea, coffee, green tea while they're trying to, conceive. And a lot of researchers show that it is perfectly all right to have tea, coffee, or green tea. But at the same time, excess of anything is bad. So one must control it to 2 to 3 cups in a day, all included. Green tea, coffee, or the normal tea, the milk tea, all included 2 to 3 cups in a day, not more than that.
Okay. I know of some of my patients only tell me that they are taking green tea twice or thrice in a day and that has helped in weight loss. So would you recommend it for PCO patients who are overweight, taking 3-4 cups of green tea? Is that good? Does it help in weight
See,
loss?
See, no food has been directly related to weight loss, and apart from having good diet, and this is a myth that green tea can directly lead to weight loss. And I can tell you the logic. For example, you're hungry and you had a cup of green tea. For that time, you are avoiding your snack since that cup of green tea sort of satiated you. That is why people associate green tea with weight loss. It is high in antioxidant, but it is also high in tannins, which is an anti-nutrient, and one must not overdo it. Have 1 or 2 cups, and that should be all.
And 1 or 2 cups is all inclusive, right? Either coffee or green tea or tea, right?
2 to 3 in all. And if
Okay.
someone is really fond of green tea, then 2 cups, not more than that.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it does interfere in iron absorption if you're having it around the meal.
Mm-hmm. So post meals is also not good.
Post meal, not at
Post meal.
all. One must
Okay.
keep a gap of 40 minutes before or after meal. People would just start brewing their
Yeah.
green tea as soon as they finish the meal. It
Yeah.
is
Exactly.
one must not do it for
That's what
sure.
we also do. That's what we also do. As soon as dinner
Right,
is over, some goes inside, inside the
right,
microwave.
right. So this is something that one must avoid.
Okay, that's a new information for me also. So what about alcohol in liquids? Absolute no, I'm sure.
No alcohol, no
No
smoking.
smoking. Okay.
These are
Okay. I am not sure if we covered the fruits and vegetables part earlier, but you talked about
we can
papaya.
quickly do so.
Yes, you
We can
can.
quickly do so. Lots of fruits and vegetables one must have for folic acid, for various other vitamins and minerals which help in sperm quality as well as egg quality. I also mentioned that if you're having junk food, you automatically have lesser fruits, which are not good for health, especially in case of women, because fruits are important for good egg quality. And um, also, a lot of people think that papaya can lead to spontaneous abortion anything like that, but it is not true. Papaya does not lead to abortion or bleeding or any such thing. And it was just in very ancient times when hakims and Ved would give medicine instead of qualified doctors, that they would use papaya seeds for abortion, and those things no more exist. So you can have papaya safely. Just a bowl and a
In
half. That's it.
small amounts. Same with pineapple.
Pineapple as well. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And there's no specific fruit as such which increases the fertility. Like avocado, I've heard somewhere or read somewhere. So it's not easily
I
available in our place.
Yeah, it's not our Indian fruit as such, and it's quite expensive here.
It is.
So I would never ask anyone to have avocados, but the no, well, one must have all the variety of fruits and vegetables that's available locally and seasonally,
Seasonal,
and
yeah.
that is all.
And you talked about packaged cranberries and all, which are not as good as.
Yeah, it's quite
Yeah.
favorite, those packed cranberries and blueberries that come with some like sweetened taste and all, I normally do not recommend. It's better that you have your amla, you have um, केप gooseberry जिसको हम रसभरी बोलते हैं, and all the seasonal fruits, plum, peach, cherry, which are Indian, have all that. Reason is that when a fruit is transported from one country or one region to the other, um, it loses its vitamin content, because of which we say eat local fruit. That's the logic behind it. The Australian apple, the Fiji apple, the this apple and that apple, it's better to
So
have the
how
local.
does it lose the content? How does it lose its nutrition?
Because, for example, something is harvested today, but you are eating it after a month or 14 days because it was in the transit or in the cold storage. That is why studies show that these fruits and vegetables would lose their vitamin content, as in it will reduce. And when we have it fresh, which has been grown locally, mostly in a day or 2 days' time, it reaches our table. That is why it is better to have them.
That holds true for imported grapes as well. My children are very fond of imported grapes. So that also
For
has
all the
lesser
fruits.
nutrition.
Yeah,
Okay.
like if I go by fruits for myself, I would always ask कि कहाँ से आया है. So if he would
Acha.
say कि अच्छा, it's from down south or from here and there, because nowadays everything is available for 12 months,
Mm-hmm.
right? There is no demarcation of seasonal and not so seasonal. So watermelon comes in winters also, and I would ask him कि watermelon तो summer fruit है, ये क्या कर रहा है यहाँ पे? He said, मैम पुणे से आया है, मैम यहाँ
Acha.
से आया है. So that is the logic.
So generally, no, we should take seasonal as much as possible, especially
As
for
much as
people
possible.
trying to conceive. They have to be
Right,
more specific with this.
right.
Okay, that's very new information for me, Dr. Parul.
Thank
कि
you.
सब्जी कहाँ से आ रही है, सेम विद वेजिटेबल्स ऑल्सो कहाँ से आ रही हैं तो ये भी पूछना चाहिए.
He looks at me कि आप कहाँ से आ रही हैं? आप इतने क्वेश्चन क्यों पूछ रही हैं? But I'm
Next
little
time you would know.
inquisitive to know कि आया कहाँ से है, यहाँ तो नहीं उगता है. So
Hmm.
it's interesting, because if you chit chat with them, they will actually tell you ये कैसे preserve हुआ है, इसके अंदर कौन कौन से preservative डाले हैं, इसमें calcium carbide से पकाया हुआ है कि ये अपने आप ही पक जाता है. So interestingly, papaya, uh, they put ethylene capsules in papaya to ripe it up, right?
Okay.
And there is another variety which comes around this time, which ripes on its own, जिसको हम दाल
So
का
how
पका
would
हुआ
you,
बोलते हैं.
can you look at it and tell कि ये पकाया हुआ है कि.
I don't know if you've experienced, or maybe our viewers can also tell us that when you cut a papaya, there are some white gel kind of
हाँ.
small tablets would come out. So those
अच्छा.
are ethylene capsules that are inserted in the papaya, and it ripes in a day or two.
Oh, they're injected inside, that means.
No, they just capsules. They just put it in the fruit by hand only.
Okay. Okay. और कोई कुछ टिप्स दे दीजिए डॉक्टर पारुल फॉर आइडेंटिफाइंग वेदर.
This is getting too far, है ना? No, this
Identifying
was,
whether,
I mean,
because the melons are so sweet. I mean, we are not very sure of as to what we are having.
that is why I say
Because
have it seasonal,
melons,
because if it is seasonal, adulteration will be minimal.
and
You
if it is
cannot
too
catch
sweet,
them.
if they are too sweet, that generally means that they are adulterated.
Can't say. I mean, I'll have to read up on this, because these things are never mentioned, and it's so India is so innovative. Don't even
Yeah.
get to know that one thing which they say is very natural and unprocessed, and fruits. Adulteration in fruits is also so common here. So you don't
Yes,
know
very
what to
common.
do.
Very, very, very common. I think these are the things which are giving rise to infertility. Which the problem was not as
PCOS
severe.
also.
PCOS is so common. Infertility has become so common. So maybe
Right. It is all because of all these things.
our food has become adulterated to quite a lot of extent, and we are not able to identify.
Right. It's very
There's,
difficult.
there is no regulation in our country, so we don't know what we are
Right.
having. We don't know what we are having in our diet.
Absolutely.
Hmm. Apart from junk, this has also junk has definitely taken over our country in a great manner. The junk food,
That
plus
is why
this
dietitians are needed.
they
Otherwise,
are
dietitians never, I mean, they
absolutely
were
needed.
very few.
Absolutely, the
So
dietitians are part of our lives. You can't do away with a
now,
dietitian now.
yeah, now they are, right.
Completely agree. Completely agree. Okay. Acha, a small word about supplements, Dr. Parul.
The supplements, as we discussed, oversupplementation is a problem. So one must consult doctor before starting a supplement. Uh, Usually, if you're on a healthy diet and a healthy lifestyle, supplementation is usually not required. Proper testing should be done before starting a supplement. That is what my point of view is. And people who have gone through very, maybe a sick period or crash diets, they would normally need supplement, but that too has to be with doctor's consent.
As a fertility person, I definitely recommend folic acid to females trying to get pregnant and CoQ to men with decreased sperm count or motility, and DHA
So,
sometimes in poor ovarian reserve. So these are 3 4 supplements which I definitely give in a select group of patients.
Dr. Astha, these three have been strongly correlated with the sperm quality and egg quality both. That is why it is important to give them. And also, one more point, CoQ is antioxidant. So, excess is not an issue. Folic acid again is water soluble, so excess is not an issue. That is why these supplements are still safe to have. But having others like calcium, iron, a lot of vitamin D, that has to be regulated, in my point of view.
Yeah, a definite dose of vitamin D might be given in case your D levels are low, but then over
Yeah,
supplementation because it's fat soluble will not help.
right.
Dr. Parul, I think we need another session on diet for PCOS, but one word about diet and PCOS from you.
See, a lot of people come to me and say that, can you tell us what should we eat if we have PCOS?
Yeah.
And my answer to them is unprocessed ghar ka khana. There is no wonder food for anything, for weight loss, for PCOS. You talk about anything. There is no one wonder food. So that is, I would like to tell whosoever is watching this session, please do not Google that if I have broccoli, my PCOS will get cured. If I have green tea, my PCOS will get cured. It is not like that. You have to work on your lifestyle. You have to start exercising, move a lot, even if you're at home. Stop eating junk food, stop ordering food from Zomato and Swiggy and all that. Eat ghar ka hath ka bana hua khana,
You are
unprocessed food,
directly
and you will
impacting their
not have PCOD.
you are directly impacting their
Right? I
business.
hope you agree that with that, right?
Yeah, that was great. So one final concluding line from you on diet and fertility. क्या खाएं क्या ना खाएं? Same
If
question.
you if you if you're looking to I mean, planning family and fertility is an issue, first of all, as I said, start eating ghar ka khana, start exercising. Do not work on your lifestyle as well. If you're having alcohol, if you're smoking, you do late night parties, you do not sleep on time and wake up on time, all these things will definitely affect fertility. And also, as the couple, one must do something to release anxiety and stress, especially in these times when people are not moving around and not meeting friends and family. So these are the things that I would like to highlight.
Thank you, Dr. Pal. Dr. Pal, it was great having you here and all the information that you shared with us. So
Thank you, Dr.
finally,
Nasta.
ऐसा कुछ डाइट स्पेसिफिकली कुछ नहीं होता है. सो व्हाट आई हैव लर्न फ्रॉम यू, आई बीन योर क्लाइंट, कि घर में जो बन रहा है, जो साफ सुथरा है, इफ यू ईट दैट, आई थिंक यू शुड बी परफेक्टली फाइन. सो यू डोंट हैव टू रन फॉर
Yes,
फैंसी डाइट. वी डोंट हैव टू गो एंड बाय समथिंग स्पेसिफिक कि हम ये खाएंगे और तो ये हो जाएगा. तो ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं
बिल्कुल
है.
बिल्कुल
nothing of those fancy diets, fad diets, vegan, keto. I don't think they will just create
None
nutritional
of them.
deficiency. तो अगर हम सिंपल घर का होम कुक्ड खाना खाते हैं जो अच्छे से पका के खाते हैं और सिंपल तरीके से बन जाता है, आई थिंक प्लस फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स, सम पीपल डोंट टेक एज मच फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स एज दे शुड बी टेकिंग, तो अगर उतना हम कर रहे हैं तो आई थिंक वी आर फाइन विद द फर्टिलिटी पार्ट एटलीस्ट.
Right.
Thank you so much, Dr. Parul. It was
Thank
a
you.
pleasure being here. Thank you. Bye. Take
Thank
care.
you. Thank you, Dr. Astha. Bye bye.
Bye.